Hello. So we have been getting on to the 14th and 15th of December 2018. Key Sleep 7. Going sunset on the day before, and so that's actually 2 days at the same time. Sunset to sunset in Israel timing. So this is basically the transformation speculation date, and that's that's actually half of the process that I've been doing. And there's a lot more, and that's actually following a pattern of Jesus' death, burial, resurrection, and right now we're following his pattern of ascension. The pattern of Jesus' ascension has been 40 days of ministry before his ascension to heaven. So that has been a pattern for the bride of Christ, has been a pattern for the rapture of the bride. And so we're counting a 40 days rule from Key Sleep 7. 4 days rule, 4 days is as 40 weeks of pregnancy. And that's the period of a mother's pregnancy before the birth of a child. And so counting the 40 days from the 21st of December 2018. From that time onwards, 40 days onwards from this day. The reason we're actually going by the code EF, which I'm going to explain very soon. I'm going to explain about the sixth seal. I'm going to explain about the 3 days of darkness and how God going to stop time. It's going to have delay. There's gonna be 3 days rule delay. That's not gonna be found in the mainstream media, because during the 3 days of darkness, there's gonna be 7 days of training for the Bali bride in heaven, in accordance to chapter 24 in the book of Exodus. There's been the 6 days and 7th day. And so here is the 6 days and 7th day of the period from the transformation to the 6th seal to the 3 days of darkness. And at the end of that, we start that 40 days counting in accordance to Jesus. And so that 40 days ended up in 2019. And we're going to 2019 right now in God's calendars. And so here we can see that when the 40 days ended up on the 29 to the 30th of January 2019. And that's gonna be, of course, I'm not gonna say any rapture date. It's not gonna be possible to know the day or the hour, as the Bible plainly says. But there is a meaning behind 30th of January 2019. Because in my mind, it automatically converts that date to 2 through 29, 729. And 2 through 30th, 7:30. There is a significance behind this date, because in accordance to Genesis 7 and 29, only these 2 chapters consisted of 4 of the 7, which is 7777. That's the Sabbatical code that can be found in these 2 chapters alone. And the overturned 666, 9 times 9 times 9 equals to 729, is the overturned 666. And so 729 is actually a code of transformation. It's a code of the rapture as well. If you can say that as well. But anyway, even though this landed onto the 40 days, the boundary gonna be from the 31st of January until the 9th of February, which is the rapture boundary. The Bible says no one noticed the day or the hour, but that's only the boundary. And that's actually the 50 days rule of Pentecost within the 40 days rule of counting on the harvest of the ministry pattern of Jesus. And the 50 days rule, that's actually plus 10 more days beyond that 40 days rule. Again, going by the Sabbatical code. And the Sabbatical code is also deeply rooted in the Pentecost. And with the Pentecost, there are 15 days rule. And so the 15 days within 40 days will be a boundary that has resulted in early February timing. So, okay, so we're going by the sabbatical process. There is a core layer and there's the second layer, the primary layer and the secondary layer. We're going by the secondary layer. No, this is a primary layer actually. And we're actually going to references cross-reference at the same time. There's the primary layer and the secondary layer of that sabbatical process. We're seeing with the 29th and the 30th of January 2019, this is actually, it has meaning that the secondary layer does not have, and the secondary layer have that the primary layer does not have. And that's why it's so important that I was trying to explain back in 2015, the Pentecost. There has been the 24th and 25th of May. There is another reference as well. But I'm not going through this video with this date. Is actually going back to October 13 and 14. The 13 and 14 of 2015. By Enoch's calendar, it was on T3 and 29 the 30th. And so that's equalized going back to this time. 2019 is going back to 2015. 29 belongs to Enoch's portion. 2015 belongs to Jesus' portion. And they're equalized at the same time because 6 o'clock is equalized to the 7 o'clock. Otherwise, without that, it won't be equalized together. And so with 2015 here, we're gonna go back here in the next video. Thank you.